All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, Denver Nuggets center Nikola Jokic is the NBA's reigning MVP, and he has a pretty good chance to win this award once again this season as he finished the regular season averaging more than 27 points, nearly 14 rebounds, and nearly 8 assists. Now, the Nuggets needed every ounce of that from Jokic in order to make the playoffs, as they have not had the services of point guard Jamal Murray for the entire season as he recovers from a torn ACL that he suffered towards the end of last season. And small forward Michael Porter Jr., who only appeared in 9 games this season as he's on the mend following back surgery. Now, Nikola Jokic's efforts were enough to get the Nuggets to the postseason party, but here in round one of the NBA playoffs, we're seeing that as good as he is, he cannot do it by himself. Now, so far in this series, the Golden State Warriors have dared someone from the Nuggets to beat them that does not have the last name of Jokic on the back of his jersey. And so far, Denver has been unable to make Golden State pay. Now, the Nuggets are licking their wounds as they head home for game 3 in this series tomorrow night, and they find themselves down 0-2 in the series. Now, Denver right now has a tiger by the tail as Jordan Poole has torched them for 59 points in the first 2 games in San Francisco, while Steph Curry has been a force off of the bench. Klay Thompson is starting to look like the old Klay. Andrew Wiggins has been chipping in with 14 points per game. And then Draymond Green continues to be Draymond Green. And when the Nuggets have the ball, you have 5 pairs of eyes that belong to Golden State defenders that are zeroed in on Nikola Jokic, who is trying to carry this Nuggets team just like he did in the regular season. But his efforts here in the postseason, unfortunately for his case and that of the Nuggets, has not been enough. Jokic's frustration boiled over last night when he was ejected in the fourth quarter. And some of that can be attributed to, being frustrated by Draymond Green in a lot of ways. And even when Jokic is on the floor, the games in this series so far have not been that close. In 2 games this series, Jokic is averaging 25 and a half points per game, 10 and a half points and 5 assists, which are great numbers. But after what you saw him do in the regular season, and the importance of what he brings to the table for this Nuggets team, his production is down during the postseason, and that was to be expected due to the fact that there just isn't the talent around him on this team right now, and the Warriors defensively, are just zeroing in on him so intently. Now, Nikola Jokic is still one of the best players in the NBA. And I know that there are going to be some people that are ready to heap some criticism his way if this series keeps trending in the direction that it is, which, looks like it's going to be a quick series for Golden State at this point. But the regular season and the playoffs are two different beasts. And the Nuggets were able to not get away with not having Jamal Murray and Porter Jr. in the regular season. But here you're seeing how it is so important and why it is so important to have star power in the postseason. One guy can't do it by himself. And I mean, at this point, for the Nuggets, they have an uphill battle ahead of them. I mean, Jokic has basically given a Herculean effort all season long. And this is why he is once again in the running to be the NBA's MVP. But this guy's not basically, he's going to have to average a triple double for the rest of the season if Denver is going to win 4 out of the next 5 games against Golden State, and he's going to need some help. But the bottom line is, the likes of Jeff Green, the likes of Aaron Gordon, there's only so much that they can do. They are not guys who can go out there and consistently score. So with that said, it's allowing this Golden State defense to just zero in on the Denver star and just make him score his points, but you know what? Make him work for it and dare somebody else to beat him. And so far, nobody else on the Nuggets has been able to beat him. So it's going to be interesting to see what type of adjustments that Nuggets head coach Mike Malone is able to make prior to game three. I think at this point, the only thing is for Denver, they got to come out like gangbusters. They got to click on all cylinders. And in order for them to click on all cylinders, first and foremost, somebody else is going to have to knock down some shots early on in game three to keep the crowd into the game. Because I think the fans in Denver will be into it and they want to cheer their hometown team on. But with that said, you have to give them something to cheer about if you're the Nuggets. So you want to try to go out there and get the crowd into this game early, make some impactful plays on the defensive end of the floor where the Nuggets are not a great defensive team, but nonetheless, you have to go out there and make some impactful plays. But you have to be consistent with it as well because you know the Golden State is going to come with that run. This is a championship experienced team, not everybody, but of course, you still have Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Steve Kerr as the head coach, and of course, Andre Iguodala. And collectively, all together, they've made 5 NBA Finals appearances and, of course, 3 NBA championships. So, with that said, they know how to get it done. They know how to weather the storm, and they could find themselves down in a game in the playoffs by 20 at the half or even in the third quarter and still find a way to come back and win that game. It's kind of like been there, done that for them. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Nuggets respond and can they get some help for Nikola Jokic. That is the most important thing because if not, this could be a very quick series. I did not expect this series to go that long because coming into it, I felt like it was a bad matchup for the Nuggets due to the depth of the Warriors, and I knew that they were going to zero in on Jokic just like they are right now. So let's see what adjustments that Denver can make, if any. But the bottom line is for the Nuggets to win 4 out of the next 5 games in this series against Golden State, it is going to take a Herculean effort from Jokic, but more importantly, his teammates are going to have to step up and take their respective games to the next level. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. Want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.